If I could describe NewTree Ranch in one word, I think I would say transformative. I think I would say transformative because for all of us, we've gotten to slow down. And, COVID-19 has, started us slowing down. We weren't in the house. We didn't leave the house for months. And here we have this freedom of being able to walk around and be close to the land and be close to the animals. And we've gotten to have experiences where we learn how to face our fears. We've gotten to have yin yoga experiences where we learn to just be with a pose. And there's discomfort in some of these poses and you breathe through it. And I would say that it's transformational to be able to have the tools to calm yourself down and to not be so afraid. Yeah. So I love NewTree Ranch's culinary program. I love getting to share that with my skeptical meat-eating family. I've been a vegan off and on for 15 years, so I was really excited about it. I didn't know we were going to get to experience that when I booked the stay, but the food's been incredible. And every night the kids are like, "What did we get? What's tomorrow's smoothie? What are we going to have?" And some of the things they, are not into. And some of the things they love, and I'm so surprised. One of the kids pretty much just eats yogurt and cereal, and I've been trying to get him away from that. And when we had a farm dining experience and this beautiful presentation, he tried it and he loved it. But I feel healthier, I feel lighter. I'm excited to share that with the family. It's been really hard for me to get the family to eat healthier, and this has just been an opportunity to kind of kickstart that for them.
We've noticed that the kids are more open to eating vegetables when they're in the garden. Right?
Yes, for sure. When they're home, when they're here at the house, they'll kind of, say, "What else do we have? Are there bagels?" But when we're in the garden and we're having this beautiful meal and we're sitting kind of elegantly and we're surrounded by the food that we're about to eat, there's something really special about that. And my son said his favorite part of the trip was the farm, was being in the garden, because there was so much candy everywhere that he could just pick. And my mind was blown. I was like, "Did you just call vegetables candy?" Yeah, it's great.
Amazing.
The experience with the Wim Hof Method was life-changing, I think, for all of us. I was very skeptical about it when you first mentioned it. And I was thinking, no, this is crazy. I'm not doing this. And then through our conversations, I was like, you know what, we're going to give it a try. And the kids were like, okay, well, what are they doing? And so we decided to do the experience, and I feel changed by it. The breathing, the way of being, and then immersing yourself in an ice bath, which I never thought would be ever something that I would do, and getting through it. And feeling so powerful and feeling like there are things that I'm going to be afraid of, but I can work through the fear and I don't have to be controlled by fear. I can just breathe through it. I mean, that's a tool that I'm going to use for the rest of my life. And that's a gift that I've given to the children that they can use for the rest of their lives.
And everybody was able to get into the ice.
Everyone got into the ice. Everyone got into the ice. Our daughter only got into her knees, but still standing in a bucket of ice for 2 minutes is, for a 9-year-old, is quite a challenge. And, I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it up until the moment that I did it. And coming out of it, I felt like Superwoman. There is nothing more therapeutic than spending time with animals. Tiamo and I are in love. Tiamo is the, 18-hand high horse. Just getting to spend time in nature and getting to be with the rhythm of the animals. They're not afraid of things. They're not thinking about, this email or that meeting or, what they have to do or the schools or how school's going to look. They're just thinking about being. And if you can mimic the way the animals are, then you can kind of find peace. And I think, giving that gift to the kids and experiencing that for ourselves, getting to ride the horses through the pasture and down to the lake and just spending time with Sally the goat, not getting too close to the Highland cows, but, just hearing them lowing in the evening. It's very pleasant, and it kind of brings you back to nature.
Family's pizza experience.
Oh, that was the kids' favorite night. So we all got to experience the garden at NewTree Ranch's pizza experience, and we all sat around, got to wander through the garden, and finally sat down, and we had salad and all of the kids had the salad. And then we got to create our own pizzas. And at first I was like, let's just do one plain cheese because that's what the kids are used to eating. And so we did the plain cheese and everybody was like, oh my God, it's amazing. And then we ordered the one that I wanted for me, which was every single vegetable. Yeah. And all of the kids ate all of it. They loved it. And I was just flabbergasted. I could not believe that my children were eating this food. And when you're eating the food and you're in the environment where you're like, oh, those are the potatoes that we just harvested and now they're in my salad, it's incredible. The thing we love about the vegetables at NewTree Ranch is that we get to pick them, we get to understand the soil and the work and the love that goes into planting them, and then we get to eat them. And we get to have these preparations that I wouldn't have known how to do. I would never have imagined. This morning for breakfast, we had bagels and lox, and the lox were smoked carrots. And a couple of days ago, the kids picked carrots from the ground. And understanding that food comes from the ground and that the love that we put into cultivating that food, we can then eat and then our bodies feel nourished and nurtured. It's really kind of a miracle to be able to show that to the kids, to be able to have them be able to see that this is the carrot I harvested and now it's in my tummy. Ooh. One of the best things about NewTree Ranch is the ranch house, because you're here, you have all of these amazing experiences, but you're also in the lap of luxury. The sheets are fret, the towels are fret, every little detail has been thought of. I personally love the bath products that are in there that are made from, fresh herbs and, garden grown, and they feel so good on your skin. I'm going to take them home with me when I leave. But all of the rooms are beautifully appointed. There's windows, there's light, it's so comfortable. We'll go from the living room and somebody will say, this is my favorite room because it has the most comfortable furniture, to the kitchen where you can just sit and be and have a view of the horses talking to each other in the pasture. The kitchen is a professional kitchen. The beds are incredibly comfortable. I'm a bath person. I like to take a bath every night. The bathtub is fantastic, and it's just warm and full of light, and it's not overly fussy, so you can feel comfortable in it, but it has every comfort that you could imagine, and that's part of why I first, I picked it. When we first looked at NewTree Ranch and we first started communicating with Ed, we got an email that said, here are some of the rules about the ranch. Be open, be honest, communicate, smile. And I was like, okay, what's going on? My husband and I kind of looked at each other like, who is this person? But when we got to the ranch and we started to get to know Ed and David and Mateo and some of the other people on the ranch, we realized that they're genuine. And what they're trying to build is a place for people to connect and for people to heal and for people to become the best versions of themselves. And so over time, we've really gotten to know these people, and they felt like our family while we've stayed at the ranch. They've gone out of their way to make sure that everything we need, we have, and to provide an incredible experience for the family. Everything at NewTree Ranch is designed to make you feel comfortable, to make you feel happy, to make you actually come out of your comfort zone a little bit. Walking down to the lake and seeing the sun just kind of speckle on the surface and smelling, that lake smell that I can't describe in words, hearing the horses talk to each other, eating fresh food, going for a swim, jumping into the lake from the dock. All of these experiences are designed to help you come out of your experience better than you were. And, if you said, what's your favorite thing about NewTree Ranch? I couldn't tell you, because it's everything. It's definitely the food. It's definitely the yoga. I would say the Wim Hof experience was the most transformational. It's the tool that I'm going to bring into my everyday life. I've had a cold shower and done the breathing every day since we learned how to do it. But, getting to be this close to nature and getting to have a break from the hustle and bustle of everyday life, even though everyday life looks different now, it's been a really transformational experience. The advice I would give to potential guests wanting to book at NewTree Ranch is don't, because I'm going to book every day. No, I'm kidding. It's an experience that you wouldn't have expected. And if you get to come to NewTree Ranch, if you get to have this experience, you'll leave transformed. You'll leave feeling like a different person. You'll have made friends that feel like family. You'll have made connections that you will want to stay in touch with. You will want to come back and visit the horses who have become your friends. And you will want to bring the experiences of NewTree Ranch home with you. So if you have the opportunity to book a stay here, jump on it. They're all looking, they're all watching. You know, for the children, we really wanted to give them a break from just being stuck in the house. We've been dealing with homeschooling, which I don't know how to do. We've been dealing with, you know, not being able to do any of the activities that they've been doing. They've been doing taekwondo, they've been doing soccer, they've been doing all kinds of piano, saxophone. And they haven't been able to do any of these things, and they've just been cooped in the house. And we don't want them to be on screens all the time. And having them come here and having them take a break from their screens and a break from their video games, and every day you get up and instead of getting dressed, you put on your bathing suit, and the kids are in the pool. And the kids are, you know, I'm going to be in the canoe first. No, I'm going to be in the paddleboard first. And I'm in the paddleboard first, by the way. You know, and what's for breakfast? And, you know, getting to see where the food comes from. You know, for the kids, it's just been an incredible experience. And watching their parents slow down has also been something really special. You know, we've been able to spend more time with them. You know, when it's, you know, cold or at the end of the day, we're in the house playing Connect 4, or playing Candyland, or playing some of the other games. We also invented flashlight hide and seek tag inside the house, which is terrifying, by the way. But the kids have been, you know, making games when they're not stuck to screens, or where they're not focusing on the millions of myriad activities that they have during normal life. They also get to relax, and they get to see us relax, and they get to connect with the animals. All 4 kids rode horses, you know, and they rode these horses and they loved it. And we actually made a connection with the veterinarian that comes here, and we're going to take horseback riding lessons from them. So the pleasures that, you know, and the experiences that we've had are going to continue after we go home. If I had to describe the experience of NewTree Ranch in a feeling, I would say it's peaceful. I would say you come here and you're frantic and you're nervous, and you've got, do I have enough food? Do I have enough this? You know, are the kids going to like it? Am I going to be able to work on the days that I need to work? And going through and enjoying all of the experiences has left me with a feeling of peace. And it's left me with the feeling of, how can I be a part of this more? What can I do to get involved more? How can I help give this peaceful feeling to other people? Yeah, it was wonderful to be able to disconnect, but I did have to work on a few days, and my husband also had to work on a few days, and the days that we had to work and we were both in Zoom meetings, it was no problem. Kids weren't allowed to be on the internet at the same time, but we had no problem connecting, you know, and having our work meetings. I had a huge business review meeting that I had to prepare for, and I had no problems at all. So you can be connected or you can disconnect. So regarding COVID, I have been the most hardcore person. I'm in San Francisco. I did not leave my house except to go for walks around the neighborhood, masks constantly, not even ordering takeout. I'm super hardcore because I feel like, you know, it's our responsibility to the frontline workers to stay at home. And coming to NewTree Ranch during COVID allowed us freedom, because everyone who's here has been here. Everyone wears masks and is respectful, and you can walk everywhere in nature and have the experiences that you need to have and not have to worry about COVID. I felt really good that there was plenty of time between guests. That was something that really reassured me. The cleaning crew came in, everything was spotless. They're very respectful of my anxieties around COVID, and I felt there were no problems at all for us here. I will be here for 19 days.
And would you have liked to stay longer?
I wish I had stayed longer, for sure. You know, we had the opportunity to book a month, but we didn't know with the kids and with school and with work. And if I could go back, I definitely would have booked for longer.
And how many times have you left the property in 18 days?
We have not left the property.
so this is a great place to
Yeah.
shelter in place.
Perfect place to shelter in place. And you know, the dog has had the best time ever.
Yeah.
You know, that's something I want to add. You know, she gets to run free, and you know, she came back, and I think she had a you know, foxtail, and the vet that was checking the horses, I just said, hey, you know, would you mind looking at the dog's paw? And she was like, of course. And so I didn't have to leave to go to the vet. It was fantastic. What I've learned from NewTree Ranch is that I'm not going back to the way my life was before. I'm not going to go back to fear and anxiety and stress. I'm going to, oh, there's a bird right there, beautiful. It's the mama bird we have a nest right outside our window. Baby birds. So I'm not going to go back to the way things were. I'm going to create a new normal. And, you know, I'm going to use the tools that I've learned here, and I'm not going to work as hard, and I'm not going to be stressed about things that, you know, aren't really stressful. If I see a rattlesnake, I'm going to be a little stressed about that, but I'm not going to be stressed about this meeting or that meeting or the kids' school. You know, those things aren't real to me anymore. And I'm still passionate about my work, and I'm still passionate about what I do, but I'm going to I'm going to spend my time doing the things that I love to do, because time is the great leveler, and everybody gets the same amount. And I'm now going to spend mine doing things that add value to my life, rather than making me feel like I'm just running from thing to thing. And that's the gift that NewTree Ranch has given me. So in my work, I've been very passionate about bringing women into tech and giving women these opportunities. And I've always said that women should be scaffolding for other women. We should be building each other up, and we should be bringing each other up. And, you know, fear and imposter syndrome is something that really holds a lot of women back, and maybe men as well. But imposter syndrome really holds women back. And being able to have experiences and tools that help you conquer those feelings, and not have no fear, but learn to live with your fear and learn to use that fear rather than let that fear control you. That's a gift that I would love to give to so many women. I would love for women to come to NewTree Ranch and experience yin yoga and Wim Hof and paddleboarding and animals and food, and be able to take those experiences and then give them to other women, so that we can create this vast network in the world of people who aren't ruled by fear, for people who can experience life the way life should be lived.